Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. What do the trees want to talk about today? It's Christmas Eve. I hope the trees want to talk about Trey Kennedy. Do you ever watch any of his videos on YouTube? I just literally was like laughing, crying almost. He is so funny to me. His Christmas video from like a year ago came up on my suggested feed. He's so cute and so funny, and he does all these characters that are very relatable. So anyways, I'm trying to get jolly. I got up and wrapped some Christmas presents since tomorrow's Christmas. I did not get up overly early and try to slam another chapter of A Course in Miracles. You know, I think what I'm gonna do, I finally made a decision. I'm gonna just do that like next week, and I'll see you guys in next year. So anyways, this is the last two. I know I'm finishing out this week. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be gung-ho and like just get ahead of 2021 before it got ahead of me, but I have actually all this other stuff that needs done, and apparently my house also needs dusted. I had not noticed that it had grown to so I am uploading a Daniel Scranton video right now called One ET Being to Unite the Human Race. So it's getting juicy, you guys. It's getting really juicy. So keep an eye on the skies. All right, as my drawer squeaks and farts open. Okay, so we're going to talk with the trees today for the last time in 2020. I know. Okay. Back it up here because I have been wanting to tell you about something that I hope I can remember accurately. But you know how I've been, for entertainment purposes, reading the Medicine Woman books by Lynn V. Andrews. Okay, so I'm on like the 7th one, which is not my favorite. At least it didn't start out. But now that I'm into it again, now I'm like, oh, I like you too. But it took me a while to get in this one because she's like literally in the dream time the entire time. And anyways, and she's like kind of back in time in one of her incarnations. But anyways, what I want to tell you, especially today because it's about a tree and it is relevant, is so she's connected with this old grandmother, witchy of the woods, and who's teaching her how to see, and I don't know, teaching her, you know, she's like her teacher of the time. And the thing that she just had her do, she wants her, and this is just like something came up with this, was that yesterday in the fuckery of the Manifest More Wisdom podcast. Wow, sorry about that. I mean, it's like I really wanted to do a good job. It was our last one. I don't think I did. But anyways, talking the language of trees. Yeah, we mentioned that yesterday when we were talking about nature wisdom. And, you know, there are some of us with the potential and capabilities of quieting down to the point and opening up to the extent needed to understand the language of trees and to understand their energy and hear them and feel them and connect with them. So in this story, her grandmother, well, not her grandmother, the grandmother, we don't know her name, she just wants to be called grandmother, and she said, you need to go sit with your back to the tree and meditate until you like feel the sap of the tree. So I think we should all do this, of course. You know, it's not just like put your hand on a tree for a minute. It's not just like hug a tree for a quick cute selfie. Actually sit with your back to the tree long enough that you can feel the sap moving and have it move through you as well. And it's not like a fast thing. I guess it's pretty slow and tingly, and it took her hours, but like, anyways, it really was inspiring to me because a lot of times I will go out into my yard, which has no privacy, mind you, no privacy whatsoever in my yard. And I have a maple tree that planted itself. So it's bigger than a sapling now. It's doing amazing. And I have 3 pear trees too, but it's this tree that invited itself into my yard that like I've really grown fond of. And so there's a perfect place for me to put my hand, like, you know, like seems to be like no stems or nothing. Like it's like this perfect holding spot. And so a lot of times I hold the little tree and I just stand there with it. But this year, if it's big enough for me to put its like little skinny trunk on my spine, I'm going to sit with it more. And I don't care who's watching me that drives by, is my point. And it's like, listen, I have to put aside, like, I know I'm going to increasingly look like a weirdo. Like, I'm just going to keep on getting weirder and sexier, and there's just nothing anybody can do about it. So when they drive by and see me sitting under the tree in my bikini, like, this is what's going down. I'm trying to feel that sap. I'm trying to quiet myself to the point where that tree's energy merges into me, and be still and be open and without any expectations. Because do you think that I'm a person who can really communicate? I don't know, but I would like to be open to it. Not really try. I don't want to try, because I'm happy just being around the trees and letting them tune me and make me feel good. But I'm open to more communication. Absolutely. And in a lot of ways, I feel like we have, you know, did you ever feel sad, like when trees get chopped down? And I mean, like, I think like we pick up on them all the time without realizing it, or, you know, and we just like to be around them. Like, there's a part of me that's glad we did not get a Christmas tree this year, because even though I love having a real tree inside, like the last couple years especially, I've been like, oh yeah, but like, you know, then they have to chop them down and kill them, you know. But then at the same time, I love them so much, like, I'm like, well, no, okay. But then this year we didn't. Christmas is coming and going, like, whatever. But okay, so anyways, if you are looking for a book series, check out, they're from the 80s and 90s, the Medicine Woman series by Lynn V. Andrews. I've got all of mine off of Thrift Books, and it's been a good investment because they're entertaining and teaching at the same time. All right, so let me see what my mom just texted me. Probably something, because I just sent her every relative during Christmas, you know. The videos are so funny. Oh, she did not even acknowledge the YouTube video that I sent her, but she did send me 2 pictures of centerpieces that she made yesterday. And I will say, gorgeous, exclamation point. Oh, it said, and I must have hit the button too soon. It says, and I will say gorgeous. I'm going to start announcing my replies. And I will say gorgeous to that. She does. My mom's really good at making centerpieces and things of that nature. So anyways, what do the trees want to say to us? Like, hey, trees, if you got something to say in 2020, today's your day to say it, because we won't see you till next year. Where's our tree angel deck? Oh no, it's been stolen. So I like to show up super prepared. I really don't see my tree angel deck. What? Is this where I should push pause? After yesterday's 2-hour long wisdom one, who cares? Oh my God, there it is. You were hiding. Yeah, yesterday I just went on and on and on. Like, I went down to my neighbor's, Lorraine's. I delivered her gift. Coincidentally, there was also just another one of her friends that were visiting at the same time. And I didn't really think much about it until I put 2 and 2 together that he is a single man. And I'm wondering if my little trickster 82-year-old neighbor was trying to play matchmaker. I mean, he was very nice, but a little older than me, and retired police officer, that type. So anyways, very kind, I could tell. But what's funny is, like, I didn't really put 2 and 2 until later that night when Lorraine called me, and she never, like, really calls me after we just had a afternoon visit, but she called me to say how nice it was to have, us both there together, and we got along so good. And it was in that moment I was like, you little shit. But I didn't say that to her or anything. I just played her own game, and I said, oh my gosh, maybe we should introduce him to my mom, because my mom's single too. And the way that Lorraine laughed, I know she's up to something. Anyways, 'tis the season for your friends to try to hook you up. Fa la 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 la. All right, let's get a tree angel. Who would like to come in today? It is Christmas Eve. It's raining here. We're gonna make frosted cookies with my mom this afternoon, and we have Scots pine. Yeah, baby. Wow. Number 19. We have Scots pine being our tree angel today. He is a dude. He is such a dude. What's up? And he's only wearing some Scots pine. And I love that we got a pine on Christmas Eve. That makes me happy. That is a gift in itself. His name's Scott. What was the guy's name yesterday? Not Scott. It was Mark. Okay, so, and, what else is there to say? He's a tall dude. He seems tall because he's like standing in front of a tree, but he's not really that tall. He's got really long hair and a mustache goatee. So he looks like kind of familiar. He does. He kind of looks familiar. Like, you probably know this dude. He probably listens to Pearl Jam. Okay. So Scots pine coming in on the morning of Christmas Eve with some Pearl Jam. Okay, there's my mom texting me again. Okay, let's see what Scots pine says to us, though. So here is our message from our tree angel, Scots pine, for, the end of 2020 and Christmas Eve and all good things, perhaps. Let's see. Persistence and patience. Stamina needs courage. Doubt evaporates in the fire of devotion, and the steaming life force swells. The spiritual warrior has a single mind and serves a purpose far greater than the self. Instantly into namaste and a nod. So, thank you, Scots pine. I feel like, he wants to recognize all of our journeys as spiritual warriors. We are of one mind. I mean, that's why we're so fucking relentless. And we put aside pretty much everything to keep on trucking, to keep on our purpose, to keep on shining light, to keep on protecting the wild spaces, to keep on connecting with Gaia, to keep on introducing love into humans that have forgotten it. Now, I didn't really see this clearly, but now what is so evident in this picture is this column of light coming, well, it just runs the whole vertical length of Scots pine tree angel. And so, yeah, because at first I was like, dude, you're only wearing a Scots pine branch. How are you? But once I got past my human, now I see that he has this beam of light, like a column of light. And I think it's safe to say that we're all ready to understand that we all have a beam of light that runs down our spine and through us, right? Like, see, like all your chakras like connected with like a beam, a column of light. It's essentially like how we're here, right? How like our spirit is in this body. So yeah, he's really, really in alignment. And, he's not looking at me. He's looking like above and past me. So he's got his eye on something, He's very focused and determined and anchored and lighted and strong. And yeah, definitely persistence and patience. Stamina needs courage. So as we finish 1 year of our lives together, we are going to embark on another. And yeah, our stamina needs courage. We have to know that like it's good and right and appreciated that we keep on going. And to eliminate doubt. Because doubt evaporates in the fire of devotion. That's how you get rid of it. And the steaming life force swells. So yeah, like I wasn't sure if I was supposed to keep on with this podcast, and like that doubt, it was like, listen, are you going to devote yourself to finishing or what? Like there are still messages that the herbs would like you to bring in. And it's like, you're right. So, 20 more weeks and then I am going to retire this podcast. So if you have never considered signing up for listener support or Patreon, if you'd like to do so in 2021, even just for the last 6 months, do it. I would appreciate it. And I'm just going to ask you one last time in 2020. So yeah, you can sign up for $1 a month, and in 6 months you'll have donated $6. So thank you for your generosity. And I'm going to still work on not being a bitch in 2021. All right. But I'll tell you what, I honor that bitch because on the days where I don't have much stamina, who the fuck do you think gets my ass out of bed? She does. So, I appreciate and integrate all parts of myself, even her, even my JB. But the more that I step into service to others, the more that I don't worry about my 3D life. Like, I just assume that my bills are going to get paid, and so far, so good. As I let go of my ego that wants you to put $1 in the tip jar. My ego is like, yo, I've entertained you. Tip me, because I've been a good waitress. You know what I mean? But yet at the same time, I cannot believe how much of that I have evaporated from. And I'm almost completely out of it, really, because I don't actually feel like angry at you like I used to. And I don't feel angry at Herbal Marie like I used to. Over 53,000 plays now for that podcast. Trust me, most of those people do not care about me, and it's like, it's okay, because that was one of my lessons in 2020 that I really needed to transcend. And it was not easy getting out of service to self and really genuinely, truly into service to others. But as I do that, I tap into the one mind. I tap into the single mind, the single purpose that is far greater than myself. Thus, as I transcend my ego with the help of A Course in Miracles, I become a genuine spiritual warrior. Yeah, I am laying the bitch to rest. Absolutely. And so I look forward to wrapping up my podcast too, in order to complete that laying to rest of the JB, because it's been such a trigger for me, a needed trigger. Like, I really did need to be shown how egoic I had become, right? Because I just needed that personal lesson. So it's all good. It's all been good. Like, I am doing fine for myself. And I'm doing finer for myself the more that I love and celebrate service to others, and give and give and give without expectation. Yeah. So anyways, thank you, Scott's Pine, who's just acknowledging that we keep going and that we've done a good job, and it hasn't been easy stepping into the role of the spiritual warrior, but doesn't it feel better? And yes, it does feel better. I would totally have to agree with you, Scott. Hi, Scott. How are you? He's cute. All right. The pine is a pioneer and fulfills its role in life with great versatility. It spreads out its distinctive and steadfast branches everywhere, from the cold of Siberia to the heat of the southern climes, in semi-desert or on a steep mountain slope, or even in the salty air of the coast. Yeah, pine everywhere. The pine is a social tree. Isn't that cute too? The pine is a social tree. Yeah, everywhere. He's everywhere. It produces pine cones that contain highly nutritious seeds. In the forest, the pine mixes well with other species and is the only tree allowed by the oak to grow within its immediate vicinity. Did you know that? I did not know it. So the oak will only let the pine grow near it. Interesting. All right, so let's go back in time. Viking chieftains and the mighty warriors of ancient Scotland would not go to war or allow themselves to be buried without the presence of the pine angel. The pine itself is a warrior, the greatest of them all. It is bursting with purpose and perseverance, and when the time comes, can be as patient as an angel or as decisive as a sword. Pine brings clarity and adaptability, combined with a strong impetus to be creative and the inspiration to follow our own path. And as I said that, I looked up and saw the 6 of Swords, the 6 warriors, the 6 pine warriors setting off on their path of one mind and one purpose. One of its greatest strength is synthesis, as well as directness and sincerity. Success, even triumph, are pine's companions, but only because it accepts responsibility for its actions. Yeah, and that is such a message too. It's like one of the big things that I hope that I have rubbed off on you and you've come to understand too, is the reason I always acknowledge my bitch and acknowledge where I've done wrong and acknowledge my tantrums and this bullshit, all the bullshit that I've manifested over the last couple years, is because I understand that it is only through taking responsibility for everything that I can deliberately create anything. If I am at all feeling like a victim, if I am at all feeling like the world does anything to me, I have to get over that because I'm giving my power away. So when you can acknowledge that you created the bad, then you can understand that you are the creator, you are the dreamer, you are the warrior. This is your path. So that's why you have to take responsibility for all of it. The good, the bad, the ugly, the Scots, whatever. Everything, or the lack of Scots. And I do try to do that. So a funny thing that I picked up from Abraham Hicks is like when someone's being a bitch to me, I have to understand that I made them be like that, and take responsibility for my vibration, my energy that influenced them to act like that to me. So like this morning, my one friend who literally was just a fucking bitch to me last Thursday texts me, text me if I want some cookies or something. And I said no thank you, because I really, literally do not want to see her till next year. like I am just so done with some people. But then I laughed because I thought of the Abraham Hicks comment. I should just be like, wow, I've really turned you into a bitch. I'm going to have to fix my vibration about that. And so I thought of that, and it made me laugh. And so it's like anytime somebody's acting less than, I have to understand that it's me, it's my creations. Anything that, my listeners don't support me. Okay, so I have to understand that, I did that. I turned you into an unsupportive listener. I don't know. It's just such a weird concept for us, because we think our ego always wants to be like, oh no, he did me wrong. Nah, bitch, he didn't. He really actually didn't. You allowed him and actually vibrationally asked him to do that. And most people are not ready to even entertain that concept, let alone accept responsibility for all the actions of everything. But I'm telling you what, once you do, you take control of the dream. You become the dreamer. And in that, you can create a better dream. But until you do that, your dream will still be at the mercy of others, because you give your power away. So anyways, let's see what else Pine has to say. Pine's secret is its loyalty and willingness to serve a higher purpose. We must keep this in our minds and hearts. If we don't, we will inevitably start to misuse Pine's talents, becoming shameless and arrogant. When Pine is absent, we are no longer able to confront issues, but become timid and indecisive, confused and insecure. Lacking orientation, we become bewildered and lapse into treachery and darkness, eventually becoming confined by the prison of our own fear. So yeah, get out of fear that you've created, get out of all the darkness. And the thing is, it's like, well, how do you do that? Well, you have to understand that you did it. You did it. Until you understand you did it, you can't get out of it, because you think somebody else did it to you. Honey, there ain't nobody else here but you. But you. You're the only one here. I know. It's like I just dropped acid or something. That's the old LSD talking. But seriously, you're the only one here. I'm the only one in my reality. We come together like, hey, what's up? But ultimately, we're in charge of our experience. So I feel like that's a big message. That's a big, big message coming in from Pine. I just freaking love It's a Pine Tree on Christmas. I just freaking love It's a Pine Tree on Christmas. I mean, all the big messages and LSD wisdom aside, I'm just happy we got a pine on Christmas. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our magical herb of the week, vervain, and I lovingly dedicate them all to you. Thank you. My enthusiasm is a sacred fire. I ride the boat of inner faith. I open myself to different perspectives about my life, relationships, and love. I experience union and magic in the world. I choose a more loving path for myself. My enthusiasm is a sacred fire. I ride the boat of inner faith. I open myself to different perspectives about my life, relationships, and love. I experience union and magic in the world. I choose a more loving path for myself. And so it is. All right. Let's do the soul trees. Let's try to do all my tree decks. It's Christmas all over again, and nobody really fucking cares. I'm just kidding. I care. All right. Yeah, let's get it over with. No, we're gonna bake cookies today. I'm sure it's gonna go great. All right. That'll be fun because that's what we're doing. For our Christmas Eve thing, and then we're gonna give my mom her presents tonight because we might get dumped on with snow tomorrow. It's raining right now. It's destroying all the beautiful snow that it just laid. So now it'll probably get slippy, but we don't have to really go anywhere, so we'll just stay cozy, and all that. So, Scots Pine. So, let's bring in a few soul trees. Just, I don't know, did that even, leave us with any questions? I guess the only question truly ever should be, what do the trees want to talk about? What do the trees want to talk about? What does Scots Pine want to talk about? He's very focused. Very, very focused, just standing there like a soldier waiting for his orders from the light. What are your orders from the light? What are you being inspired to do? Are you tapping in to service to others? Are you tapping in to the importance of how important it is to shine your light? I love it when I do that. All right, we've got the fifth chakra, the throat tree coming out. Aww. And on the bottom is celebration, and on the top is release. I gotta honor that shit for sure. All right, and vervain. Oh yeah, I snuck in those vervain affirmations. Didn't even warn you, just blasted you. Okay, I'm going to totally include vervain with the trees. I'm going to put release and celebration. And release is right under love, right under the heart vervain. Celebration is under the let magic in. And then it's like the throat chakra. So guess what? This is so obvious. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to... Oh, do we want... Okay, we want angels too. You need to start talking more. Yep, start a podcast. That's what you're supposed to do. You're like, no. Yeah, do it. Everybody start a podcast and start sharing your experiences. If that does not suit you, what about a YouTube video? What about just talking to your friends? What about talking to your family about weird stuff? What about talking to your family about love? What about talking to your family about how you love to sit under trees? What about connecting with other light workers? Celebration, release, throat chakra. All right, so Scots Pine does not look like he says much, the tree angel, but yet I feel like he's saying, you don't have to run at the mouth all the time. But when you do get a lighted message, an enlightened download, a nudge from the Holy Spirit to say the perfect thing at the perfect time to the perfect person, open your mouth and speak. If you ever feel like you are holding back, don't. Right? It's like, oh, I should have said that to her. Yeah, you should have. You should have said that inspiring words. You should have said those words of comfort. You should have expressed your love, your gratitude, your appreciation. You should have maybe perhaps encouraged someone to let go of their illusions of fear instead of playing into the narrative or just letting them go on with it. Like my mom keeps saying, well, if they, you know, like she's like, I went to Mary's, we didn't wear a mask. I went to Ginger's, we did wear a mask and stayed around. And then I went to Grace and John's and we didn't wear a mask. And I was like, so you're just doing, you know, whatever everybody else wants. And she's like, yeah. And I get that. It's like you just want to please people and be, you know, like go along with whatever they want to do. However, is it ever of service to ease somebody out of their fear a little bit? You know, because it's like, yeah, we can all just go along with it to like go, whatever, but like how much fear gets to the point of being too much for somebody? We've got to release some of it. We have to let go of the darkness. We have to open up to the light. We have to get back into a feeling of celebration. We have to start celebrating life and love and connectedness and hugs. And it's like, you guys, this has gotten way out of hand. Okay? There are people who have not seen their grandmothers since March in the old folks' home. That is insane. That is insane. And it's like, oh, we're just trying to keep grandma safe. You're killing grandma by withdrawing your love from her, by withdrawing your energy from her. You're literally scaring her to death, and you're not giving her any enjoyment in her final year. It's just like fucking beyond me. But anyways, it's like, why can't we let go of it? Why can't we speak up whenever we are inspired to? Right? So like my family is having a brunch and they have decided that they want to wear masks around grandma, and guess who's not going? I'm sorry, but I just cannot participate in this playwright of fear. I'm not going to encourage you guys to keep on with this. No, you're literally telling grandma she is weak and vulnerable, and you're scaring her. So anyways, wow, that's the moments. See how many people of you I upset probably with that? But it's like, why do you keep letting people go on in their hatred? Right? If somebody says like something like, you know, I don't hate gays, but I don't agree with it, you know, like, and you just go, like, why not in that moment say, well, I love everybody, or, you know, or do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just moments where like you bite your tongue and you shouldn't. There are moments that it's like you need to be the brave, courageous one to say something good. To say something positive. To encourage the conversation towards celebration and the releasing of the lower vibrations. The escape from darkness into light. It's a choice now. It is a choice on every person's plate. Do you want light or do you want dark? Do you want love or do you want fear? Everyone's going to get to decide. And I would say, as a light worker, as a spiritual warrior, as a Scots Pine angel, you should speak up if it's appropriate and you feel in alignment of speaking up and saying something. Because there's so many people on the fence, and they don't know. They don't know that it's okay to choose love. They don't know that it's okay to choose light. They literally feel like it's not okay to be happy right now. That's 2020. So many people like, oh, I guess we can't enjoy life anymore. No, yes, you certainly can. Come to my party, come to my happiness, come to my light, come into my energy. You need to start radiating to the point where you are literally holding space for other people. And in that moment of truth, you will touch their hearts. And as they open up to receive, you can say something meaningful to them. I wouldn't say try to do this. I would just say, like, if it happens, be inspired to do it. Like Scott's Pine, he's a social guy, but he's not going around like talking or anything right now. He's literally, like I said, just standing there waiting for his orders, waiting for his directive, waiting for, the moment to be right. So you don't have to like go around like trying to be an evangelist, like Blue Vervain encouraged us not to be, right? If you feel like you're trying to overly do it, trying to convert everybody, trying to persuade everybody, you have to temper your passionate flames and wait for the perfect timing. So it's like, I don't try to go out and make miracles. You don't try to go out and make anything happen. You wait until you are directed. You wait. You just be there. You just be there with an openness and a willingness. But I love that up at the top is release and celebration, because the release tree, it's so dark at the bottom. It's purple, dense, heavy. And the top is just gold and yellow, white light. Just like if you would like take a deep breath, and as you exhale, throw your hands up in the air and go, tilt your head back and crack your neck and put your shoulders back, and you're just reaching up. Like, I release it. I was slouching and holding in lower density stuff. I was like holding on to my anxieties and my fears and my da-da-da-da-da's. But now I just look up and release it, and my fingers are getting tingly, and I can hardly feel them, and that was my elbow. And you just let it all go. Yes. Put your arms down, wiggle your fingers, feel the color going back to them. The celebration tree has hot pink, hot orange, hot purple, lime green. It is so fun. It's so fun. Like, those are colors of celebration for everyone. You just can't help but understand this is a party. All right, very good. Well, we'll just leave it at that. Who's next? Who is next? I'll tell you what, I'm not doing all the decks. I was just playing when I said that. So let's do our old steadies. Let's do our steadies that we hung out with all year. The Wisdom of Trees Oracle. And next year, I do have these other ones, these Celtic ones, the Voice of the Trees and the Green Man. We'll hang out with them again more. But I just feel like right now the wisdom of the trees. So let's see here. Is there 1 or 4? Kind of have this laid out. I don't know where we're going. But we're going somewhere, because it right now the energy goes up into that 6 of Swords. The new day. The new way. You guys, don't bring anything old into 2021. I mean it. If it don't feel good, leave it in 2020 where it belongs. Do it. Just completely rebirth into the beautiful you. You're ready. You are ready. What do the trees want to talk about today? Does the Wisdom of Trees Oracle. Yep, there it is. All right, one fell out. Oh, it's so cute. Papal. All right, so we're putting that right up at the top. In between release and celebration and above the throat chakra, we have the meditating tree, Papal. All right. Did we or did we not get an... I have to tell you what's on the top and bottom. On the bottom is white mulberry with a yin yang sign of balance. And on the top is ginkgo. So, all right, I'm just going to honor them too. All right, but first, back to the papal. How many times in 2020, on a maybe daily basis, did we get a message to meditate more? Okay, fine. We'll do it in 2021. We've just been talking about it all year. I know we need to meditate more. But I think that we most definitely have to. We better. So this is what my plan is for myself in 2021. For my own sanity. I'm going to drink lots of tea. Yes, sanity. For my own sanity, I am going to immerse myself in a daily study of A Course in Miracles so that my mind does not get the better of me, because I'm well aware of the challenges, the potential of challenges. So I'm just going to be a smart cookie and stay ahead of the game because it's my dream. But the second I let go of the steering wheel, then it's somebody else's dream. But so I'm going to do that. But then I also feel like me getting up early to do that, and, work on my podcast as projects. I'm going to really try to put out, I'm going to try to put out in 2021 for sure. I'm going to just keep putting out to the point where I don't dawdle or idle too much in social media or hanging out, watching what other people are doing. I'm really going to be, in the ironic name of service to others, be totally self-absorbed in my journey. And so that is going to include a chunk of the day, at least an hour of meditation. I have to. And then back to projects, back to whatever. But I really need to watch that I don't let anyone else dictate my narrative, because 2021 is my year of service to myself and others, and the way I'm going to do that is basically just stay ultra focused and definitely inwardly focused. So I love that Papal is up there in between release and celebration. Down on the left and right of Scots Pine is ginkgo with a message of longevity, which is what Scots Pine was saying, you need courage to keep going. And then also white mulberry on the right with balance. So yes, he's very balanced. He's very sturdy. So I love that there is ginkgo and white mulberry beside him, anchoring down this layout. And what's funny is there's the release and celebration tree, and there are party flags in the papal. They're not party flags, they're prayer flags, but they're little triangles. So in this spirit, they look like party flags to me. And what's Tree Dude doing at the party? He's having his own inner party, his inner experience, and that's where you will find bliss. If 2020 didn't teach you this, then continue on in 2020 and 2021 until you get it. There is nothing outside of you that you want. Everything is within. Your party is within. Unless you are having an inner party, expect it not to manifest outwardly. You must have the inner party in order to witness celebration around you. So do your part. Do your part, T. Do your part by having an inner party, an inner bliss, an inner peace, an inner space where you can constantly go to love, to purify, to balance, to find wisdom. Ginkgo is such a wisdom tree. Oh my gosh. Oh, did you follow me on Herbal Marie when I finally found a local ginkgo tree? I was so excited. Oh, so excited to finally find a local ginkgo. And just because I wanted to. That's all, just because I wanted to. All right, so let me grab this book and just see what Jane Struthers has to chime in. So the two ones at the bottom have a green border, and the one at the top has a blue border. So that's cool because the throat chakra tree is blue. And then right above it is the blue bordered pipal. And pipal has a message of enlightenment. We've seen it, we've hung out with it before. And yeah, we already know that the message is to set aside time each day for meditation. And I started off the podcast with the idea of us putting our backs onto the tree and letting the tree's sappy energy flow through our veins as well. Whew, that will feel good. And I guess it's cold. You'll feel it if you feel it. Sit quietly and listen to the sounds around you so that you honor each moment. Practice mindfulness in which you are aware of everything that you do from minute to minute. So become very much awake in your dream. Be very much aware in your doings and in your surroundings and in your presence and in your now moment. Okay, this is a way to calm and quiet your busy mind that maybe goes on and on and on. And that makes you tired. That makes you anxious. When you get caught up in ideas and distractions and banters and illusions and chatter, monkey mind, okay? You're just a fucking mess. You gotta calm down. You gotta meditate. You need to learn to relax and still your mind. So one way we can do that is to connect, or try to connect, right, with the world around you on every level. So you just slow it down and you close your eyes. Even just listen to the air being pulled up through your nostrils in order to focus your mind immediately. Snap yourself into awareness. Listen to the quiet hum around you. Listen to the clock ticking. Listen for any birds, even that you might hear a glimpse of through the window pane. Like, let yourself quiet down again and again. I love it whenever they do that in poetry. All right, so pipal is one of the world's most sacred trees. So there we have that beautiful word, sacred, which we talked about earlier this week, turning our scared into sacred. So if you didn't go to my blog, I invite you again. I did do a little blog write-up and how I saw that, scared and sacred are just the flip-flopping of 2 letters. That's it, man. That's all we gotta do is rearrange letters. Change the spelling, we change the spells. Pipal can help you achieve enlightenment by stilling your mind, helping you to live solely in the moment, and thereby freeing you from all suffering. So if you are suffering, if you are in fear, you need to still your mind. If you've fallen into divisiveness and hatred, you need to still your mind, because your heart does not feel like that. That is the mind. Your mind has been lied to. You don't hate anybody. You don't. You do not hate anybody. Your heart is not capable of hating anything and anyone. Your body is nothing, okay? Your mind has been trained. And that is why I am being obnoxious with my invitations for you to join me for the lessons of A Course in Miracles in 2021. Because as weird as that course is, it works. It undoes programming. It is an undoing of your mind. So some of the lessons do not make any sense whatsoever. And in that senselessness, they are untying, they're undoing. See, we've created these belief systems in our mind, and a lot of them are negative. A lot of them do not serve. A lot of them are hateful. A lot of them are of the darkness, and we need to undo them. Like a shoelace that got some real crazy knots in it. We have to pick it apart and undo it slowly over the year. You've spent your whole life being indoctrinated, being trained by society. Now it's time to undo that so that you may be free. Now, the ginkgo is all about memory. So that's an interesting word to me more and more, because in a lot of ways we have forgotten love, but yet love didn't ever really go nowhere. In a lot of ways we've forgotten God, but yet all it is going to take is us remembering. So we can use our memory in order to create a better world. See, the past and history is shoved down our throats because that's how we keep it alive, and that's how we keep that type of poison in the future. And so if we can only remember love and good things and use our memory to focus on beautiful things, on celebration things, use our memory to remember the present moment, use our memory to remember peace, then we can start using our memory to manifest, the new earth. All right, so Ginkgo says, I offer a link to eternity. Look at my leaves and you will see the moment of my birth in the time before man. I am the silent witness of the past. I am the living memory of planet Earth. So the ginkgo is ancient, over 150 million years old. It is part of the planet's memory. It is sacred, absolutely. And here's what she says. Have you forgotten something important? Like love, like peace, like celebration, like togetherness, like connectedness, like serving the light, like being of service. Perhaps it has slipped your mind. Perhaps God has slipped your mind because you subconsciously want to ignore it or because it challenges you. Think about what it might be, then take constructive action to address it. So, do you want to hold on to the memory of pain, resentment, betrayal, or are you ready to forgive and hold on to the memory of seeing all people in a beautiful light? That's how we will use our memory to serve the present, to serve the future, to serve humanity. All right, so we have got to let it go. That's what I'm saying. Please do not take anything bad into 2021. I'm going to do my best, and yes, you can most certainly call me out if I don't, But then that's you remembering bad stuff too. We've got to literally like just let it all go. Leave it all behind. You guys, pretend like the bad don't even exist and it will go away. I know it seems airy-fairy, Pollyanna bullshit, but it actually works. Why not try it out? Why not try it out? Why not give it your all this new year in becoming a peaceful light worker? I don't even hardly want to say warrior anymore because I don't really like that word. I want us to forget. I don't want us to remember war anymore. I don't want us to remember war anymore. Now, we have white mulberry with a message of harmony with the black and white yin yang. All right, so, or yin yang, some people say that, yin yang. I've always just said yin yang. But anyways, the mulberry deva says, I will send you spiritual and emotional nourishment. This will guide you into creating a stronger and more harmonious connection with others and enrich your understanding of their motives as well as your own. So there's been a beautiful message for us to meditate and connect with all things, connect with the present moment. And Mulberry too says, find the connections between you and the people and the animals who share your life. And it's funny because I've been listening to my rabbit slam her plastic bowl. Like she's just playing. She's so loud. And I just think that like we need to really start seeing the divinity increasing in the animals around us and in the trees and in the plants and yes, within ourselves and within others. So create harmony. Even when animals and nature and people perplex you, create harmony with them. Understand them. Empathize with their perspective. All right, so let's be self-sufficient yet connected. Let's open up our throat chakra and allow ourselves to speak light and speak love and speak celebration and allow ourselves to release the darkness and only travel now with the light, with the love, and let our destination be of that. Okie doke. Do I need to take a break? Yeah, I do. I should have just pushed pause. Man, I was on a roll. All right, let's take a break and then see if we just want one Celtic or two Celtics. Two would look cool, but are we up for it? Because I know yesterday was fucking nuts. I love you. All right, let's make some tea. All right. Light, light, light. That's what I called that last segment. Light, light, light. Yeah, I need to plug in the lights, probably turn on some music, try to get myself feeling jolly so that I can give my mother the experience that she would like to have. Wow, for making cookies. All right, I'm excited because then we can take some down to Lorraine and get feeling jolly. Anyways, it's 10:57, so I need to hurry the fuck up. 'Tis the season to dick around. Fa la 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 la. You can turn any Christmas song into anything that you want. 'Tis the season to tell you to all fuck off. Fa la 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 la. No, that's not what we're supposed to do. That's Scott's Pine's not laughing. Dude, you need to lighten up. Listen to some Pearl Jam. Okay, here we go. Actually, he's listened to too much Pearl Jam. Okay, here we go. I'm eating chocolate chips and dried cherries, you guys. Like, I might as well just start drinking, but I don't actually drink, so I'm not going to. But if I did, I would. Hey, if 2020 did not turn me into an alcoholic and a chain smoking cigarette sucker, it's not going to. All right. Apparently, if 2020 didn't do that to me, then I'm not gonna do that. All right. Shuffling These Celtic Trees by Sherilyn Hidalgo. I almost bought another one of her little decks. Like, she has like a tiny little flower thing, because I was like, I'm gonna buy a new deck for 2021. And so I looked and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna spend any more money on my podcast, because like, truly, I'm in the hole. I'll forever be in the hole from my podcasting career. Like, I'll never get my money back. I'll never even that. And so I thought to myself, how about you just use the shit you already got? You know? But I like love you, and I want to buy you a new deck to use here, but then at the same time, I can't. I won't. So anyways, I really am paring back on spending, absolutely. And just, you know, so then I'll have money for when the big things need done, like getting the septic pumped and probably maintaining the car and whatever. So anyways, yeah, I did not spend anything. The only thing that like I'm really thinking that I need to order for myself is like a big box of Nag Champa. Like, I still can't seem to not have that in my life. So anyways, let's get a Celtic tree and see what they have to say, because obviously I don't have much to add at this point, except Merry Christmas. But I'm gonna peek in tomorrow. Oh, we're getting 2 off the bottom. Do you have time for 2? Do I have time for 2? I'll peek in tomorrow, because you know I still get up early and the kids still want to sleep. Oh my God, this is perfect. All right, so we got hawthorn and oak, which makes, I thought it was perfect that we got oak, because the oak is the only one that will let a pine tree grow near it. So I was really thinking of that beautiful, you know, oak vibe earlier. And we have hawthorn. So having the oak and the hawthorn come together, one, it's interesting that they're number 6 and number 7. So apparently I shuffled this deck enough that now I've put everybody in numerological order. But when they come together, think about what that message could mean. I'll tell you. Strength in love. Finding strength in love. Yes, that's what I feel like it's coming. Strength in love. I feel like that ties in everything. That's something to talk about with your throat chakra. That's something to celebrate about with the celebration tree. That's something to meditate into, finding your strength in love. That's a beautiful thing to release out into the world. Strength in love, that could be white mulberries, balancing and harmonious secret ingredient. Strength in love. And that surely is what ginkgo knows to be as the earth's memory. That ancient wisdom is knowing that true strength is love. Scots pine, looking very strong, standing there with that light beam of God love coming down through him. Love from source. The source of all things. Honey, do you think the creator is anything but love? It is only love. It is love. It is love in a form that we can hardly figure out while we're still just human. Just humans. Still just humans. Why am I acting like a drunk? I'm fine. I don't mind. But like, so funny. That's good. That's good, because I need lightheartedness. I need to enjoy this afternoon. I need to enjoy my kids. I need to have a good time. You know what I mean? I need it. I need it just like everybody needs it. We need to celebrate. We really, really, really do. Okay, so 6 and 7. coming in together. Hawthorn and oak. Strength in love. Holy man. I should have made them only pick one. Do you want strength or do you want love? Well, then you're missing the point. You need to have strength in love. So the key words for hawthorn are cleansing and purification, chastity and abstinence, my middle names, sabbatical, preparation, magic, protection of the sacred, and sacred marriage. Yeah, I mean, everyone knows that I've been on a dick-free diet since February. I'm like the queen of the dick-free diet now, like really. And yeah, I don't see me faltering at this point. So Hawthorn, what's up? I'm gonna have to tap into infinite love and wisdom because I'm not tapping into anything else right now. Protection of the sacred, a sacred marriage. Ooh, a sacred marriage between hawthorn and oak. That is kind of what it feels like when you see them on the sides like that, and the 4 archangel sigils that I did put out with this spread. And yeah, they're kind of like marrying all these trees together, kind of like the bookends that it's gluing this whole layout, this whole spread, this whole conglomerate. It's quite the conglomerate of a layout. So let's see what we want to say besides burping up chocolate and dried cherries, which if you've not had Aldi's dried cherries, the ones at Aldi's, they're good. All right, focus, you drunk. We clear the fields. We prepare our gardens for the seeds we want to plant. Hawthorn teaches us to purify ourselves as we prepare for the sacred marriage, which calls for the union of male and female, as well as the union of intellect and mind with feeling and intuition. So I think we're going to get to marry ourselves. This marriage establishes true power and wholeness. So back to those medicine woman books, Lynn V. Andrews. In the one that she was in Tibet, she had to marry her inner husband. So first, before she will ever marry somebody outside of her in physical life. And so you have a sacred marriage waiting for you. Like, I'm not just joking when I say, like, we get to marry ourselves. Like, actually, we need to do that, I guess. I know you'll have to get these books for yourself. But it's like you got to marry your inner husband or your inner wife first. So you have that white mulberry yin-yang balance going on inside of you all the time. Gets you out of that codependent needy thing because you're already fulfilled. Stop looking to others to complete you. You are completely capable of completing yourself within first. That's the only completion you need to be focused upon. Then, yes, you can celebrate with others. Yes, then you can release physically with others. But it's like, listen, we have gotten it all wrong. We're not supposed to be dependent on another body, another mind. We have to come into our own wholeness. That's what I mean when you're the only one here. You have to come into completion within yourself. So that's why we've got the papal with its relentless reminder that we need to meditate. That's why we've got the yin yang. That's why we've got the ginkgo. Like, we've got to understand we have forgotten. And in our forgetting, in our separation, in our sleeping, we've started to look outward into the dream, into the illusion, to find our sense of completion that we know we should have. Like, we know we're supposed to feel complete, and we should. The only thing we got wrong, the only error is where we've been looking in all the wrong places. We've been looking outside of ourselves, and we need to marry the energies within us. We need to establish true power, wholeness, holy wholeness inside of us. So Hawthorne is asking you to spend some sacred time in preparation for a meaningful birth experience. So you are getting ready to birth into a new you. Symbolically and so fun, it just happens to be right before the new year. Perfect timing. Perfect timing as you birth into your completion in 2021. So you have like a week, is it maybe not even a week? Clean up your act. Clean it up. Like, don't take any of this garbage left over from 2020 into the new year. Let go of what no longer serves you. Treat your body, mind, and soul with sacred respect. Clean up your act. If you've been writing and feeling the word scared, get out your eraser and clean it up. This is time for spring cleaning. Okay, this is time to clean up your inner environment. Put everything in order. All right. I mean, if you want to clean up your house too, clean out your closet, clean the house, whatever. Just everything in order. That's how you want to start the new year. Having everything in order. Letting go of what you don't want. Get your space cleared out. Donate to Goodwill like everybody else is. You might be asked to protect your inner truth. Okay? So it's like you don't need to defend truth because truth needs no defense. All you need to do is speak it, feel it, live it. It stands on its own. Your old painful stories, your hatred is not truth. Let it go. Do your forgiveness practice. If you're so far away from that, you're like, I don't know if I can do that, then you best hook up with me on my YouTube channel and do the lessons of A Course in Miracles, because you can't keep living like this. It's not living. It's not. If you are not able to forgive, you need to learn this very important life skill. Okay, so what you need to do now from Papal, now from Hawthorne, is set aside quiet time. All right, set aside your quiet time and go within. Maybe, be in nature more. Connect to the magic and mystery of nature. Maybe you need to take a little break from physical things. If you feel like you're so entwined in the physical matrix. I was like turning the matrix into a mistress. Like you just can't get your dick out of the matrix. It's like you need to understand you are not just a body. So maybe you need to do something like a fast. Maybe you need to have a little abstinence. Maybe you need to stop overindulging in physical pleasures. Stop overeating. Stop drinking. Stop smoking. Stop being dependent on things. I know, that's why I regularly break up with coffee, because I'm like, you will not keep me tethered to the physical realm, right? But then sometimes like I have to get rid of the headache, and so I drink coffee. And I'm not saying don't love things and don't have pleasure, but I'm saying if you are overly physically identified, and that is putting you in a state of fear all the time, then maybe a little detox would do you good. It would help you clean up your inner space, help you get more energy. And, it will go along with your increase in meditation and prayer. So ask the divine to help you. Ask nature to help you. Ask Hawthorne to encircle you, okay, with her protective thorns. Create a sacred space. Protect you energetically protect you. All right, so also Hawthorne says, hey, magic and mystery, do you believe in fairies? So yeah, Hawthorne too is like, we want you to reconnect, because you have forgotten. We want you to remember and reconnect to the unseen realms of the elementals. We want you to remember mythical creatures. We want you to remember your unicorn and your dragon. We want you to close your eyes and go within and recall what it felt like to be a child and see the world through innocent eyes and with a joyful heart. We want you to remember your mermaid. Magic is real and is only waiting for your invitation. So it's like magic is just waiting for you to invite it in. The celebration is just waiting for you to invite it in. And that's what I'm saying. We're all getting the choice between light and dark. We are getting the choice now between magic and mundane. You get to choose. You get to choose. So strength in love. Oak. Oak is all about the green man and stuff, so you gotta love that. Fertility, sexuality, strength and stability, grounding and endurance, ancient knowledge, doors and thresholds and boundaries. So a lot of, and I love this so much that we're ending with strong, protective energy. Because just as a side note, like, I don't really know if I want to go with the idea or open to like ever hooking up with someone older than me, but then at the same time I'm kind of like, oh yeah, but he's got his shit together, doesn't he? And he'd probably be pretty protective, and I do like that. I do like that in a man. Anyways, just putting that out there. I like the energy of the oak. So the sacred marriage is enacted now between the community's representation of the great goddess and Kernanos, which ensures fertility for another season. What's up? This is the holiday of sexuality and sensuality and represents a threshold which the maiden aspect of the goddess crosses into the mother aspect. So with the oak in the 7th lunation, we celebrate blood mysteries and the young women's first period, which is, I think it said menarche. It's one of those words I just skip over. We celebrate fertility and the magic of the green earth that sustains us. So it's like we take a break from it all with Hawthorne, cleanse our palate, purify, and now we're really ready for this sacred marriage. We're ready for conception and the beginning of a new life with the returning of the sun. We're ready for the magic of the green earth. Oak offers strength, stamina, and is a symbol for regeneration. So yeah, Scott's pine, he really had stability and strength and courage and all that, and now he's being fortified with the oak, with more strength, more endurance, more stamina, more grounded stability, as the stable, harmonious yin-yang white mulberry is also down there in the corner. And ginkgo, hello. You don't even need to know how stable, stamina-ish and longevish-ish, I'm just making up words now, it can go. It's lived here longer than anyone or anything. Like, we got this. We can keep going. 2021, I ain't seeing no trouble from you, especially when I make such a solid commitment to my path of enlightenment. And yeah, to the outside world, it might seem like, wow, she's really a self-absorbed bitch. All she wants to do is study and read and meditate and dance and love us from afar. But it's like, actually, I'll get together and we'll party. But it's like, I have to stay on my path. I have to do it for myself. I have to do it for you. I have to do it for like all of humanity. And that's the type of commitment and loyalty we need to step into ASAP. You got a week, clean it up, get out the garbage, take out the garbage, take her out, okay? Get ready to commit, get ready for the long ride, pack a lunch, I don't know, but get ready. It's going to be fun, it's going to be good, it's going to be balanced, it's going to be harmonious. You're going to feel strong. So oak offers you practicality, it offers you common sense and an ability to bring things to completion. There is a desire to make things beautiful and to create. Yes. You may choose to work in the garden now, as this is the card for a green thumb. Oh, I can't wait. And I don't care if there's a 4-foot long black snake in the garden. We're going to have to figure it out, Sadie, because I have to be outside. I let him have the space last year, but we're going to have to become friends because I have to be out there too. It's really, really important. It's a definite time to notice nature, spend time out of doors, grow things, love the flowers, adore the plants, connect with the trees. It's time to go outside, go on a hike, go to the park. Just take in the beauty of the green earth. Like Papal said, be so present. You hear the sounds. You hear what the leaves sound like when the wind breezes through them. Like, just be part of nature. Let go of your minds. This is going to be a fertile time. So all our projects, our businesses, our creative endeavors, our paths to enlightenment, we are going to be very, very fertile, very productive, very practical. Even though we're hanging out with fairies, it's like we can do both. We can let the magic in with vervain and we can still get shit done. It's going to be cool. It's going to be a great time for oak to celebrate sensuality, sexuality, and the sacred act of creation, which is good news because that means I'm going to get laid again. Probably like in June, but like whatever, I'll take it. Probably not till the end of next year. No, my gosh. My neighbors will drive by, they'll look, I'll be humping a tree. All right, so anyways, are we ready for our attunements and activations from Hawthorn and Oak on Christmas Eve? I love you so much. I hope you have a good time light a candle tonight. I'm like, whatever you want to do, but you know what? Light a candle tonight. Do something that signifies the growth of light within you, your commitment and loyalty to focus on the light. All right. So, all right, here we go. Let's talk to Hawthorn and finish with Oak. I am the Hawthorn, and I am often referred to as the fairy tree. Do you remember when you believed in magic and the world of fairies and unicorns? Can you remember how it felt to be an innocent child full of awe and wonder? It is time to renew your belief in the unseen realm of nature, as this realm is as real as the high whistle that your dog can hear, but you cannot. Your eyes and ears are awesome indeed, but they are not so highly attuned that they can see or hear all that surrounds you. Bring your attention to the eyes and ears within. There, through your psychic abilities, you'll discover dimensions of great love, care, and unity. Close your eyes and remember. See the fairies dancing and singing amidst the flowers and trees. Enjoy the babbling brook and the little animals that live at the foot of the tree. Return to the natural world of magic. Return to the slow and steady beat of the heart of Gaia. Return to the paradise that she is. Return to the secret majesty that lives within and without you. I am the steady, faithful oak. Seek me and sit with me. I am old and strong and grounded. I will take your troubles and let them flow into Mother Earth for their transmutation. She knows what to do with the energy. I am the promise of spring. You can see my energy in the budding flowers. I am the daffodils and the tulips come to life. I am all of the little wild animal creatures in nature, the squirrels, rabbits, raccoons, and possums. They all come together under my sacred space. Come and sit in my grove, which is the most ancient of temples and churches. Nature is your home. You are safe here and nurtured. Breathe me in and breathe me out. I will help you remember your true nature. You are loved and you are beautiful. You are perfect already. You have everything you need to manifest your dreams and desires. It is time to begin. This beginning is like the acorn that is a mighty symbol of growth and regeneration. What you begin has the potential to grow into a great oak tree of your own manifestation. And so it is. Wow. Wow. The invitations are presented, but you must accept them and you must start. You must begin. You must. You have a choice. You always have a choice. But it's time. It is time. All right. So anyways, thank you for hanging out. Wow. Hawthorn, oak. I'm just like, dang, yo. So good. The trees have been so good to us this year. And they are not backing down one bit. So thank you, Scots Pine. Thank you, Pipal. Thank you, Ginkgo, White Mulberry. Thank you, Hawthorn and Oak. Sup, bro? I love you, Daddy. And thank you for hanging out and journeying along with me. Keep those hearts open. Find your strength in love inside of you. Yeah, open up your throat chakras, and for the love of God, get your celebration going on.